Los Angeles is a city of folks following their dreams, but the road to success is difficult to tread. This here is the story of two longtime friends doing the best they can to chase their dreams while helping others do the same.
Alright, man, what's on the schedule for today?
Another day, another dollar.
Another day, another dollar, another day, another dollar, another day, another dollar.
The client wants to do a pretty DIY, simple vocal booth. Using 2x3s, whatever you use an MDF. This is going to be for insulation as well as actual fiberglass insulation. We'll be doing panels, putting the insulation in between each panel. This is going to make it easier for transport. We'll do a series of them, make them kind of like to a rectangle. And then once we get it on site, we'll do the finished work.
Years ago, Mike took me on as his apprentice, and he taught me everything I needed to know. Since then, I've started my own upcycling business with my wife, Rachel. She does the designing and advertising, and we both build the pieces together. What used to be a weekend hobby has turned into a small business of creative design, one-off pieces of art furniture, and home decor. I would love to have a gallery showing one day, because my hope is that more people join in on the upcycling culture. These pieces that are often bound for the landfill, they can serve another purpose and give people joy for many years to come.
One thing that I love doing is going to the hardware store.
I'll walk into like a hardware store. I don't get a cart or a basket.
No, you walk in, then you end up buying like 9 different things. And you're doing this.
Yeah, you're like Steve Martin in The Jerk. You just got like 20 things in your hands.
The good thing is that it's framing, so we don't have to.
It's not showcase.
It's going to be hidden away.
Right.
We'll be covering up with those panels, so it'll be a lot better.
It doesn't have to look as beautiful as you and I.
Correct. Yes. And it doesn't have to be as modest either.
All jokes aside, Mike has got 20 plus years of experience doing this work. Now, Mike Sr., aka The Godfather, has 60 plus years doing this kind of work, and he taught Mike a thing or two.
Hey, Pop, you got anything insightful to say to the camera?
Yes. You do not want to do this for the rest of your life.
Now, when Mike isn't busy building sound booths, he's singing inside of them with his band Nine Finger in the studio, which they've been doing safely during pandemic to get back out and rock your socks off like they used to do.
She was black as night with a heart full of cold. I can go all night, I guess you already know. You're feeling alright, will make you feel alright.
Mike and Jared aren't the only ones who have dreams in life. Mike's good friends, Skylar and Jonesy, host a true crime podcast, but couldn't afford a $5,000 professional sound booth, so Mike used salvage materials and spare parts he had lying around the shop to build these friends their dream without sending them into the poorhouse.
Gonna walk away. You're feeling alright, will make you feel
You guys want to countersink these because when we're putting them together, this is not going to be creating any spaces.
And you need your corners to line up perfectly, so using a saw guide will make sure you cut straight every single time.
waiting, craving, living like a slave. Can't say that.
You said you got an email from the realtor about the apartment we're painting?
Oh, yeah.
What'd she say? What'd she want?
The email was addressed to the master painter.
What? You're kidding me. What did she say?
We can assure our master painter will be waiting 24 hours between coats.
Master painter? I mean, who does she think you are? Does she think that you're like Leonardo da Vinci?
Yeah.
My liege, I have waited with my chariot to bring forth thou to thy master's chambers to paint thy apartment.
Thou use white and only white.
Dude, I can't get over that.
We will wait till the sun is highest in the sky to start the counting. As we wait for the paint.
And now time for Jared's fun facts.
I've got a legitimate vintage piece of 2x4. Why does it matter? Because they don't make 2x4s anymore. Now 2x4s are actually 1.5 by 3.5. Why am I sold a piece of wood that has a certain size and told that it's actually something different? The war needed a lot of wood, interestingly enough, to ship ammunition on wooden pallets. If they were thinner, they could compete with less expensive materials.
How's that look?
Good.
Real good.
Now that the pieces have been transported to location, the real build begins.
So we're just cutting, this is the outer skin of the booth itself. It's going to be mostly kind of decorative at the same time. It's going to keep a little bit of more of the sound out as well. So we just ripped it down. We're doing each panel.
I'm in a cage of emotion.
We're in a cage of emotion.
As the booth's panels go up, it's important that they are squared up straight. Panhead screws are used to mount the plywood skin and also give the aesthetic of industrial riveting. The entire integrity of the door frame will be compromised if it's not square, so they're making sure they get it right the first time.
Acoustic tiles here, keeping the sound. This will go on after the carpet.
Time is finally here. Skylar and Jonesy will soon be able to do their podcast with style.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Perfect. Absolutely. It looks great.
Well, that was fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, salute.
Salute. What's next?
Oh no, man, another day, another dollar.
I'll drink to that.
Another day, another dollar.